Alrighty, so first of all, I'm Steven.
I'm Casey.
I'm Chris.
I'm Gavin. And we presented our, we're presenting on, Gavin. Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. So that's the book we chose. And so this book is divided into 10 sections, and they're all kind of key points of how to steal like an artist. And so number 1 is steal like an artist. And so this basically means that nothing you do is ever original. You're always pulling ideas from other things. Whether it's a book you write, you're pulling words from 26 letters and just rearranging them. Nothing is completely original. You're just reformulating things. And so one of the things that Austin Kleon says is you want to steal things from the people you love. So you want to take influence and take inspiration from people who really do inspire you, and not just anything in general. Because when you can figure out who your inspirations are, that can kind of direct you where you want to go. And as far as you'll only be as good as what you surround yourself with, this means that if you're with a bunch of creative people, that'll inspire you to be creative. But maybe if you're not, you won't be as creative just because you're not surrounding yourself with that atmosphere. And he says ask a lot of questions and Google everything you have questions about, concerns about, ideas about, and there's so much you can find in doing that. Number 2, don't wait until you know who you are to get started. Just start things and make them happen. It doesn't matter what it is, just do it and just go from there. Fake it till you make it. And copy things to understand them and to become inspired. So when he says copy things, it's not the same as plagiarism, because you're not passing it off quite as your own work verbatim, but you're kind of copying something, and the way you copy it isn't going to be exactly the way it'll appear in another form. Because no two things are completely similar. The fact that you copy something and there will be the slight differences, that's what makes it unique. And so I have an exercise for you guys. I want you to take that 8.5 by 11 white sheet of paper, and I'm going to give you a minute to fold anything out of it that you think will fly furthest across this room, right up here. So I'm going to time you 1 minute, starting now.
I don't even know if you can print that. We'll see. Actually, for that matter, failed, I don't think you can print either. I mean,
you guys have 30 seconds.
This is the first big crumple book is.
And if you have time, write your name on it afterwards. If you have time. Five seconds. All right. All right, now everybody go to that end of the room. Quick, quick. Everyone over there. Alright, and I'm going to count down from 5, and you guys are all going to throw whatever you made to the front of the room. And we want to see who's going to get farthest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! So, right off the bat, these ones made it farthest. So they were crumbled into balls. I see a lot of planes around here. And the first thing you think of is, you might need to make a plane, but really it could be something as simple as this. So now, if I asked you guys to do this all over again and I gave you sheets of paper, do you think you guys would do it differently?
Yeah. No, I did it right.
Yeah. How might you go about doing it differently next time?
I'd copy that idea from what.
Exactly. Now, the act of crumpling this up, I mean, each one is folded not exactly in the same way, but it's just the fact that it is crumpled up that makes it, well, that made it go farther than all the others. So in copying that, you're just kind of drawing your inspiration from another method. And you don't copy to look like your heroes, you copy to see like them. So you want to get into this methodology of recreating things so that you can understand where they come from. And here's a Conan O'Brien quote that he referenced in the book. He was talking about how, as a talk show host, he drew influences from other people, trying to emulate them, but in doing so, he became himself, really. And he tried to emulate David Letterman. And his quote is, "It is our failure to become our perceived ideal that ultimately defines us and makes us unique."
So, number 3 is write a book you want to read. It means that you need to follow your interests and do what you like. And I know everyone have their own interests, so actually everyone want to do their things on their interests, but it's hard. But our ultimate goal is draw the things you like to see, play the music you want to hear, and do whatever you like in your life. So if you aim this goal, then you will be more creative and you can do a lot of things. And the 4th thing is use our hands. Nowadays we usually use our electronic devices or computer or something, but the books recommend us to step away from the screens and use our own hands, because our own hand is the original digital device, and it helps you to create things, generate ideas. And now I want you guys to try to generate some ideas now in 1 minute. And the topic is how you will change the social media format. And now you have the half paper in your front. Yes, this one. And then now just do whatever you want on the paper to create our own social media platform. Anything, no limitation, be creative. Yeah. Whatever you want. Yeah. And here is the example I draw, like a Facebook post, but it's it's different from Facebook post. So yeah, try to think about something new, something you want to use in the future, maybe. Yeah, you have 1 minute to do it now.
Only does cat, and just does hours and cats. There you go. See, now you're thinking.
You can just write something if you
30
want
seconds.
to draw. Yeah. Some ideas.
Five seconds.
Okay, time's up. So anyone want to share their ideas?
Make it cost money.
That's a really
You had a good idea.
Anyone else? Yes.
I made a Facebook.
Yeah.
I had to do it. Wow.
Anyone else? Yes.
I don't like how 10% of my friends on Facebook do 95% of the posting. That's why I said filter posts by oversharers.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Anyone else? Okay.
So number 5 is side projects and hobbies are always important. So you got to find out what your passions are. If you run out of ideas, you take long walks. They might pop up in the shower. It happens when you're relaxed, like laying in bed. You'll think of ideas that go with your passion. So you got to get lost and wonder. So if you run out of ideas, take long walks. Even creative people need time to sit down and think of ideas. If you have several passions, don't throw them all away. Keep your passions in the back of your mind, so if you have little side jobs, you keep it going. Go to the next slide here. So there's no secret formula to good work. You just have to work hard. If there was a secret formula, everybody would be doing it. It wouldn't be. That's why your teachers don't tell you, you do this equals success. Just do it. So we got an activity here which helps people be creative as well. So we're going to do a little telephone, but just say one word. I guess should we start right here and just go around the whole. Alright, so just say one word and hopefully it turns into a story and we'll just wrap around kind of like a snake. This and it'll end right here.
Then remember the word that you said. So just say anything.
Oh, you don't have to
Say it out loud. Say it out loud.
Okay. SpongeBob.
Do I say that?
It has to connect it. We want to connect it all into like
So
one
like
song.
SpongeBob was.
Not those two words.
Give me a new sentence.
Beer is
Yes.
Very.
naughty.
Very beer, and I was thinking, how come with that?
Favorite?
Not burning them, especially in this world that's so connected that burning bridges really hurts you a lot in the long run. And also on the internet, people will be wrong, or they will be angry at you. So you don't wanna be sucked into the argument. You don't wanna get really frustrated and angry and just lash out and argue on the internet because it's not really productive. Instead, he says to use that anger and get productive. Prove them wrong by creating something or doing something. Don't just argue.
Hi. Number 9's actually my favorite. It's be boring. I'm really good at it. When it comes to like artistic types and creative types, I have this weird image in my head of somebody like a brooding writer that's drinking scotch all the time, and in a bar, like a bohemian, like, woo, like, being boring, like, keep a day job, work 9 to 5, and then have a passion in your free time. So take care of yourself too. Eat healthy, exercise, do other things that are not work, and do other things that are not your passion. Socialize, get out. Keep a day job. Obviously, you're not that great at whatever you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't probably be here. And having a day job keeps the lights on. It keeps what you want to do a possibility. And in the book, he has a really great quote that I think he stole from somebody else, but that's the whole point of this book. Is if people pay you to do what you love, they get to dictate what you do. And if you want to keep doing what you want to do, you got to be able to fund that yourself. So keeping your day job is really important. Getting organized, so important. If you've got that day job and if you're doing those other things, you're taking care of yourself, you probably won't have a lot of time to do what you love. And you have to carve out that time, and you have to be organized. And sometimes, being organized and having a routine and a schedule is more important than having a lot of time on your hands. And then the last one was marry well. I think that one really boils down to surround yourself with the people that support you the most. Marry your biggest fan. Marry somebody that will support you. I know Sam has talked about it and how important and instrumental it is to have somebody that's by your side.
She made a bad decision 20 years ago, and I've been making her pay for it ever since.
That's another way to phrase it. On that bombshell, we'll take it at number 10. Creativity is subtraction. Sometimes when you take other people's work, they were wrong. Take out all their errors. Less is more. Choose what to leave out. This one, I mean, I crossed it out, I'm sorry, but nothing is more paralyzed than the idea of limitless possibilities. I know that is so true for me. When I can do anything, I typically end up doing nothing.